Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you can hear me well. And I'm really happy to see you on our Web3 Fundraising Trends event on LinkedIn. Please text on our chat that you hear me well. And if I need to adjust my mic or anything else, feel free to comment in our chat. I will double check it right now. And I believe in 2 minutes we will start our today's presentation. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or comments already, do not hesitate to write it down. Together with you, we will be more than happy to go through and understand better what actually happened during Q3 2023, what we can expect until the end of the year. Maybe you have ideas what fundraising trends can happen during next month or so. So feel free to chat and we will be more than happy to go through it together with you. Cool. So I already saw that we have more than 26 members join our today's presentation, and I'm more than happy to start reviewing the same with you. So about our agenda for today, we will have three parts. The first one, it will be trends in fundraising in Q3 2023. Then we will go through latest statistics. And third part is recent investments. Uh, as I mentioned, feel free to send your comments, questions, or any other information you want to share with our today's audience. A few words about myself. So I'm a general partner at Strix Capital. I believe I already knew a lot of members who join our today's meeting, but for newcomers, I can add that I was running a company until the end of 2021. Then I decided it's the right time to switch to the new space, and we started to build Strix Capital together with Ivan and Dima. Coming to our first part about trends in Q3 2023, I would like to mention a couple of things from my side. So first of all, money got more expensive because of higher interest rates, and it actually leads to the moment where venture capitalists became more conservative. So right now, even in our space connected to blockchain technologies, AI, and Web3, we are looking more for equity investment rather than just for a token investment. Actually, it was differ in 2021, 2022. It was really hard to get equity when you invest in startups. Almost all investments were coming together with tokens and not just with equity. Right now, we can see a lot of deals where we can get not just in equity, but also tokens. Third one, it's of course, we as investors, we are looking more for a startup with proven revenues rather than just MVP to be in place. And at the same time, we want to see a path to profitability. So it's not just a case when you are starting a startup to do something great. It's also about business, about revenue, about profitability, etc. And you need to show traction to your LPs who join your startup. And the last one, of course, unique strategies need to be implemented to attract more people. It's not something new. Everyone knows what is Bitcoin, Ethereum. Probably it's not new information for all of you. And you need right now to think more about unique strategies and how you can differ from other players in the market. I would like to hear your thoughts about trends in Q3 2023 in terms of fundraising or anything else connected to Web3 blockchain technologies. So feel free to text in a chat and send your thoughts. Meanwhile, I will double check if we had any questions so far. Hi, Kyla. Cool. So, meanwhile, I will move to next topic I would like to cover today. And in any case, we can come back to your questions later on. So, part two, and for me, it's actually the most interest one about capital raise. So first of all, as you can see, numbers in Q3 2023, it was almost the lowest since Q4 2020. It was around 1.3 billion, and hopefully in this quarter we'll see much better numbers, especially with all that happens right now in markets. Bitcoin is trading around $35,000. So I believe in last quarter we will see bigger numbers, especially it's the end of the year, and a lot of investors they want to invest until the end of the year to spread some capital. Uh, More graph regarding statistic about capital raise. So I would like to point your attention to number of deals and of course average deal size. So in Q3 2023, it was around $7.1 million average deal size. And of course, it's went down from almost 19 million in Q2 2022. Hopefully, it will also increasing since next quarter, but I cannot be sure for that. And a few point outs that I would like to share from my side that, of course, blockchain services were the most popular category in Q3. More than 500 millions were raised in 73 deals in Q3. Second one, Binance Labs and Coinbase Ventures were the most active tier one investors. We will come to much deeper statistics just in a couple of slides, but I would like to point your attention that those two organizations, they were the most active one. And of course, right now investors they are targeting more early stage projects. Probably I will ask you a question here. Why do you think investors right now prefer to invest more in early stage projects rather than in companies in Series A, Series B, especially such companies they have already track record, they have proof revenue and other stuff. So why do you think right now investors prefer to invest in early stage projects? Yesterday on our call inside our team, we discussed a couple of ideas why it happened, and one of ideas I mentioned is because evaluation for Series A, Series B companies are pretty high, and investors do not want to invest in companies with, I would say, 1 billion or 3 billion valuation. And another topic we all Giro, yeah, growth opportunity. Yeah, of course, it's another important thing we need to understand that upside for investors in early stages, of course, much bigger than you invest in Series A, Series B companies. Thanks also, Andres, for your comment regarding cheaper entry. Um, and coming to more precise data about fundraising trends, we already figure out about blockchain services that raise more than 500 million. Other important I would say categories were CFI, GameFi, and of course DeFi. So a lot of deals actually were done during Q3, um, even with 1.3 billion invested in total. Um, Coming to most active investors in Q3 2023, I actually prepared you a couple of data we were able to found out. So first of all, that Binance Labs, as I already mentioned, were the most active one. We can see also Ethereum Foundation, Hashkey Capital, and a couple of, for me, new players in top categories, Robot Ventures, and of course Mirana Ventures. I didn't see them in top list during last quarter, so for me it's of course new big names that coming in this space. Next one, it's of course ecosystem entities, and here I would like to point out Base Ecosystem Fund, Outlier Ventures that invested in DeFi deals, some individuals like David Gogel, and other big names like Pantera Capital actively deploying in DeFi deals in Q3 2023. And the last one, information connected to most active investors. It's also information comparing all data since the beginning of the year. And as you can see, this year, Polygon Fund was the most active if we are comparing all deals that were done since the beginning of the year. I would like to point your attention also to DWF Labs. They are quite active during the year. Of course, we didn't see them in Q3 2023, but during Q1 and Q2, they did pretty big amount of deals, and I think we can see them also quite active at the end of this year. We also discussed yesterday Arbitrum Foundation. Since the beginning of the year, they did 29 deals, Circle with 28 deals. So I think big names are investing no matter what is happening on the market. And it's one of insight I would share with you today, that you don't need to wait when bull run will start to do great deals. Actually, great deals are coming more with market we had during last year, and then on a bull run you can actually get your profits rather than just to wait for better market conditions. So you need to invest right now to get your profit during a bull run. I will take just a moment to check our chat. So we have one thought from Kyla. In Web3 and blockchain, I feel that the fraction to approachability wasn't given enough weight in consumer adoption prediction. Given that, I feel Web3 and blockchain startups were impacted harder than enterprise. Yeah, I fully agree with you. So during last 2 years, Web3 and blockchain startups were uh, actually impacted almost uh, in top category if we are comparing to other niches. About number of funding rounds by different stages in Q3. So Seed was number one, with almost 80 deals closed during the quarter. On probably second level, we can see Pre-Seed and Series A, and lowest number of funding rounds were in Series B and Series C funding rounds. Another great graph regarding fundraising rounds by stage. It's a graph showing total number of deals done, and of course comparing between different stages. Coming to most popular crypto jurisdictions, we can see United States as a top one. Actually, it's even in 10 times bigger than second place, where we can see India with 76 million. For me, it was pretty interesting to see such names as Georgia. I don't know if you can see these numbers because they are pretty small there, but I think Turkey, Georgia in this corner, uh, it's something uh, really surprising for me to see in top list. Of course, with low amounts, but in any case, it's good that even countries like Georgia can attract capital and uh, help startups to grow inside their ecosystem. In terms of other numbers connected to regions and countries, uh, we can see good graphs showing different type of niches covering by different countries. Of course, they are pretty connected to each other. Even for United States, if we are comparing blockchain services to social startups or GameFi to blockchain infrastructure to chain CeFi, it's almost the same. Before coming to recent investments that were done during Q3 2023, let's wait to any comments or questions in the chat. I see that NG Lee comment about Cambodia. Yeah, for me, it will be really interesting to see in top list. Maybe valuation there is not so high, so even if uh, I would say a couple of startups raised funding there, and maybe the total amount was not so big. But after the call, I will be more than happy to check such markets like Cambodia. You can text any other markets you think can grow up really fast during next quarters, or you can say that in 2024, 24 such markets can join top 15 or top 20 countries by funding round, especially in Europe or in Middle East. I would more than happy to see Saudi Arabia. I think they are developing really fast, and they want startups to be based there. The same as actually United Emirates, like Dubai or Abu Dhabi, they attracting a lot of startups, capital, and other important stakeholders. So hopefully Saudi also will join top 15 countries in Web3 blockchain space. If you want to see any other interesting countries from your region, do not hesitate to text in our chat. In terms of top 10 biggest fundraising rounds in Q3 2023, so as you can see, the biggest deal was Flashbots with a total raise of 60 million and lead investor of Paradigm also, above 50 million, we can see future wars with Ripple on board. Uh, from my point of view, it was really interesting to see in top 10 biggest fundraising rounds such startups like Story Protocol, Manta Network, and Supra Oracles. If you know any other top startups that did their fundraising round in Q3 2023, feel free to write names here in the chat. Our investment associates will be more than happy to check them and understand better what is behind the startup. I also prepared two other slides regarding startups that raised during Q3 2023. before coming to other startups I would like to mention to you today, uh, if you have any thoughts on top 10 biggest fundraising rounds, also feel free to share your thoughts in comments on LinkedIn. Cool. So let's come to other interesting statistic and number in terms of fundraising rounds during last quarter. When I checked this statistic, for me, it was pretty interesting to see Zeta Chain that closed around in August with 27 million and core investors as CMT Digital. Also, I already mentioned Story Protocol, Manta Network, and on the second page, it was really interesting to see ZX with the Jump Crypto on board and Fuse that closed their fundraising round almost at the end of the quarter on 20th of September with 14 million raised. Cool. Thanks, and Jeep, for your comment. Um, I believe you should raise capital in markets where we can see the biggest uh, capital were raised so far. So coming to my previous slide, I think it should be in United States or in India, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, France, Singapore. So for you, if the startup is connected to Web3 blockchain, definitely will be much better to raise capital uh, in those markets I shared right now. But it's not just a question where you raised funding, it's also a question about the startup, about the idea, what you already created. Do you have MVP? Do you have already user base, etc.? So uh, it's another topic to cover. And if you want to know more and you have a startup or idea to start it, feel free to write to our team. We will be more than happy to help you and provide more information how 3x Capital can help your startup to grow much faster than you can do it alone. Yeah, in my point of view, undisclosed countries, it can be not just a combination of investments in countries we can see here on the list, but also a couple of countries where it's not allowed to actually uh, get funding. So, if you have any thoughts, what can be behind undisclosed countries and uh, where the capital actually were invested, feel free to send your thoughts in our chat. Regarding and Jeep questions, so you can write in LinkedIn. So in just few steps, you can add someone from our team and send a private message there. It will be enough for us to start our communication. So that's all from my side. Right now, we can go to your questions and go through any other topics you want me to cover during our today's meeting. Meanwhile, I see question from Alisa. How about Ukraine? Yeah, I think right now fundraising in Ukraine is not the easiest thing, especially with numbers. I see that a lot of IT outsourcing companies they have a lot of problems getting new contracts, especially for their Ukrainian entities. It's probably one of the reasons that the war is not giving any pros for raising in Ukraine. Another topic that a lot of Ukrainians, they usually start companies abroad. So you can see a lot of Ukrainian founders that open a company in Estonia or in UK or in USA. Right now, it's really easy to actually open a company whatever you want. And we can see that some startups, even if they are Ukrainians, and almost 90% of all team can be based in Ukraine, the company can be established in Estonia, so it can be actually added to statistic as companies that raised funding round in Estonia, not in Ukraine. By the way, thanks, Alisa, for your question. If you have any other questions to share, please send it in our chat. Thanks, Namira, for your comment and question. Let's go through it. What are your thoughts on the overall macroeconomics environment for crypto startups? Fundraising has been very sluggish this quarter due to the poor environment, and I'm wondering if this hurting crypto firms just as much. Of course, it's actually hurting crypto and Web3 blockchain companies a lot. If you read news during last months, a lot of companies actually fired a lot of people, and someone even fired more than 30-50% of their team structure. I think macroeconomics environment should change significantly in 2024, especially when we will see Bitcoin halving probably in Q2 next year. So I would say that a lot of positive expectation are for the next year. And as I mentioned like 10 minutes ago, uh, it's much better to do race right now and to show results during bull run than to wait for better environment and not to do anything in this market. Let's go to the next question, and it is from Kyla. Which sub industries in crypto have been the least impacted by the downturn? I think everything connected to Ethereum actually had pretty good results during last year or so. We can see that a lot of teams and companies, they are building something on Ethereum. Layers like Optimism, Arbitrum, and others, they are actively creating different company startups. So I would say that other potential big names like Starknet, Zekasync, and others, they are also right now working actively on Ethereum. So I think Ethereum was less impacted than other blockchains or niches in Web3. Andreas mentioned Uruguay is number one software producer in Latam with a stable political environment. Also, Brazil is a huge and very active economy. Uh, yeah, I think Latam has great potential. We are not connected with this region right now as active as we could be. So if you have any partners in LATAM, we will be more than happy to get into intro call and to discuss how we can cooperate with those countries you have mentioned. For me, Uruguay, Brazil, and other countries in LATAM region are countries with a great potential, and of course, we need to uh, uh, put more attention. Iwan mentioned my partners at undisclosed geographicals can be Cayman Islands, BVI, or Cyprus. Yeah, I fully agree with Iwan regarding undisclosed regions we checked with you. Coming to next comment. Hey, one got caught on the call. Is this being recorded? Uh, Yes, we are trying to record our LinkedIn events, and sometimes we are sharing it publicly with our audience. Sometimes it's just for people who are connected to our team, especially for those who are parts of our education programs we launched last year. So would be more than happy if someone on our meeting didn't know about 3x education, please check our website. We'll be more than happy to see you on board during our future cohorts. I believe it's one of the best case to get up-to-date knowledge how to work with Web3 startups, blockchain startups, how to do proper due diligence, how to raise your own company in this space. So do not hesitate to check our website, and for more details, contact Oksana from our team. She can provide much more details on that. Cool. So, as I can see right now, we don't have any other questions or comments in our chat. Uh, I would say that it was really good for me to see you during our meeting. Hopefully, you learn a lot about latest fundraising trends and statistics from Q3 2023. Please contact us, share any ideas with me or anyone else from our team. We are always open for new corporations. We will be more than happy to help you with your startup or with other topics you have in your mind. So, see you during our next meetings, and wish you to have a great weekend. Bye bye, and take care.